All quiet tonight outside of the Laundrie family home hours after Brian Laundrie's parents learned the remains found over at the reserve are those of their son. I have this mask on tonight because of the heavy smoke that is blowing inland from the collapsed condo building. Tonight from this vantage point it is much more difficult to see the heavy equipment on scene. No major traffic tie-ups tonight as the protesters obtained a permit for this area. The Biden administration says it's still a critical goal for 70% of adults to get at least one shot by July 4th. Northport police say the search for 22-year-old Gabby Petito remains a missing persons case. At this time, they have no evidence a crime occurred. We are live here a block away from the collapsed condo tower. Again, these are some of the faces of the nearly 160 people who are still missing tonight. Pasco County Sheriff Chris Nacco says he hopes the discovery of her body provides some closure to her family and helps prosecutors get justice in court. Within 8 days of this investigation beginning, they were able to locate her body, JB.
What about hospitalizations? Are those up too?
Well, right now, Stacey, more than 3,400 people in this state are hospitalized with COVID-19. Tonight, America is ahead of schedule, reaching President Biden's goal of 100 million shots in arms on his 58th day in office. So what's President Biden's next vaccine goal?
Well, stay tuned.
I want to thank you, Justin, in particular, for following us through the whole thing, because we really felt you had our backs.
We spoke last time you were still on that cruise ship in Japan. Luckily, my boat parade shirt's still not covered in beer. Jen.
There you go.
1 win away for back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. That's the latest here at Federale. And because he's the Bucks' inaugural Fan of the Year, he also gets his own cardboard cutout inside the stadium. He told me he plans to take that home after a Bucks win.
Now we're hearing from two of those students and their parents. Justin Schecker is live for us at the Hillsborough County School District headquarters. Justin.
Josh and Jen, good evening to you both. One of the students in that viral video told me all this attention is awkward. Another one says he knew right away the governor's words would be controversial.
I'm responsible for him, and I told him to wear that mask.
Dawn Marshall tells News Channel 8 she's very upset about what Governor Ron DeSantis told her son and 6 other high school students at the start of his press conference at USF on funding for cybersecurity education.
You do not have to wear those masks. I mean, please take them off. Honestly, it's not doing anything, and we got to stop with this COVID theater. So if you want to wear it, fine, but this is ridiculous.
In that moment, now viewed millions of times, senior Eric Marshall opted to take his mask off. Did you feel pressure by the governor to do that?
A little. It was more of a pressure of an adult figure asking me to do something, and it's just like, all right.
It's just shocking that the governor told these kids, take off your mask. He pretty much said, take off your mask, it's stupid. And take off your mask, your parents don't matter.
Her initial reaction to seeing her son in the video.
He knows I'm going to say something. And his eyebrows went up and he looked shocked.
Freshman Kevin Brown Jr. decided to keep his mask on, even after someone pulled him away from standing behind the governor.
I was thinking, I don't know if I should take it off or leave it on, because the governor, he asked us to take it off. But I thought about it, and it's my right to have my mask on.
In a statement, Hillsborough Superintendent Addison Davis says, our students should be valued and celebrated. It is a student and parent's choice to protect their health in a way they feel most appropriate. Brown's father agrees.
His mother tells him to wear the mask. I tell him it's his choice. So he made that choice, and the governor has no right to tell no kid or no one they can or can't wear a mask. He doesn't have that right.
The rubble from the catastrophic condo building collapse in South Florida reminded this first responder of 9/11.
76, I see many people on the balconies. The building is gone. There's no elevators. This is nothing. I mean, it almost resembles the Trade Center.
Soraya Cohen tells 8 on Your Side her husband Brad Cohen and his brother visiting from Alabama were asleep in an 11th floor condo when part of the building suddenly crumbled to the ground.
When Brad went to sleep last night, did he think the roof was going to collapse on him? Anything's possible.
Brad Cohen and several other community members from the Shoal of Bal Harbor live in the Champlain Towers, according to the synagogue's president, Joe Givner.
I mean, we pray together, and just a terrific, just the sort of person you want to have around in your community.
This synagogue, about a mile from the scene of the destruction, has become a collection point for donations from across the area.
You want more people inside the truck or outside?
By early evening, at least 5 trucks had dropped off items for the many families in need.
I just went inside. We have an army of volunteers who are bringing supplies, water, furniture, clothing, you name it.
One of the many volunteers says she's seen buildings in her home of Mexico City ruined from earthquakes.
But watching something like this happening during the night with no warning, it's really a shock.
Throughout the day and into the evening, community members came here to pray for the victims and their families as they try to make sense of this unimaginable tragedy.
God is in control of the world. We're humans. We just have to do what we can do to help one another.
Tanisha's mother and sister say the Pasco County Sheriff's Office is keeping them informed about the death investigation. They say finding Tanisha's missing car could be the key clue that brings justice for their family.
I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
Tanisha Griffith was the youngest of 4 sisters.
Tanisha knows that we love her and we're all about unity, and we'll keep her spirit alive.
Tanisha's sisters tell 8 on Your Side they'll always remember her humor, intelligence, and loyalty.
Tanisha needs justice, and if you're loyal like Tanisha, say something.
After reporting Tanisha missing to Tampa police 8 days ago, the family was holding on to hope she'd be found safe. But the next day,
When the job said she didn't show up, she was responsible. That's not like her. And I knew something was off.
Pasco County deputies recovered Tanisha's body last Thursday in the Lacucci area near the Hernando County line. Investigators are asking anyone who may have seen the 27-year-old mother between March 19th and 24th to come forward.
There's someone out there that knows something, no matter how minimal the information might be.
Deputies are still trying to find Tanisha's 2008 white Nissan Altima.
The missing muffler on the back, the marks on the back. Someone has seen that car. Please come forward if you see it.
The last time Maria Thomas Navarro says she saw her youngest daughter was before she left for a trip with her only granddaughter the weekend before the disappearance.
She's like, Mom, okay, COVID is done. Can I get a hug? And I actually hugged her and kissed her and said, I'll see you when I get back.
Tanisha's sisters say they now share the burden of raising their 11-year-old niece.
We love her. She's the only girl out of all the grandkids. So she's a little extra spoiled, but we'll make sure that we do her justice in helping my mom raise her. And Tanisha will look over her.
And there is a cash reward from Crime Stoppers for anyone with information that can help the sheriff's office solve this case. Tips can be reported anonymously. The family is preparing for Tanisha's funeral next week.
He is live outside the Laundrie family home in Northport.
Yeah, Justin, what does it look like out there? Any activity that you've seen?
Stacy and Jennifer, good afternoon to you both. All quiet here on Wabasso Avenue as all the reporters lined up here listen to that news conference, that brief update from the FBI Tampa special agent in charge. And take a live look here at the Laundrie family home. I can tell you that a neighbor tells 8 on Your Side the family returned this morning in this red truck after heading over to the park to assist with the search for Brian. Again, all quiet here, no sign of the Laundrie parents since we arrived on scene about 45 minutes ago. And if we can pan over this way behind me, there is still this memorial on the front lawn here for Gabby Petito. You heard the FBI agent say Brian Laundrie remains the person of interest in her murder. We know we learned from the autopsy results that Gabby Petito was strangled to death and her body located out in the park out there in Wyoming. Now, earlier this afternoon, there was another set of flowers that was dropped off here at this memorial. But again, at this hour, no sign of the Laundrie parents, but a neighbor who lives right here tells 8 on Your Side they are back home as we all listen to that brief update from the FBI special agent in charge, confirming what we had previously reported earlier today, that human remains were found near items belonging to Brian Laundrie. Again, the items, according to the FBI, a notebook and a backpack belonging to Brian Laundrie. We will stay on scene here, but again, for the most part, all quiet following that big update just moments ago from the FBI.
News Nation reporter Justin Schecker is live in Tampa with how theme parks and stores are adjusting. Justin, good evening.
Aaron and Rutabaga, good evening to you both. Florida never had a statewide mask mandate during the COVID-19 pandemic. Local mask rules in Tampa Bay area counties ended earlier this month after an executive order from Governor Ron DeSantis. Well, this weekend, grocery stores and theme parks are making changes based on that new CDC guidance.
Honestly, I think I'm ready to shop without a mask on. I just hope that everyone is truly vaccinated who doesn't wear one.
An about-face from the CDC this week is leading stores like Publix, Walmart, and Trader Joe's to allow fully vaccinated customers to shop without a mask on.
Probably safer to wear masks in general, but then again, we can't continue to do that for the rest of our lives, so it's got to start somewhere.
Here in Florida, a new law takes effect on July 1st that prohibits businesses from asking for proof of vaccination. The grocery stores, according to their new policies, are still asking unvaccinated shoppers to mask up.
It is an honor system policy. We're not going to get herd immunity anytime soon. We may never get it, especially if there's a variance. And in these large open stores where the air systems are pretty well managed now, it's safe if you've been vaccinated.
At Walt Disney World, it's now optional for visitors to wear a mask outdoors, but they're still mandatory on transportation and at all indoor attractions. The fully vaccinated can also ditch their face coverings at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. Businesses still reserve the right to require mask wearing, so restaurant owners like Joni Corneal at Bella's Italian Cafe in South Tampa need to decide what to do now.
It's a tough call because there's still going to be people that will not come in if the staff and other customers don't have masks on.
And regardless if you've been vaccinated, the CDC says a mask is still needed on trains, planes, and buses and in hospital settings. Right now, according to the CDC, nearly 37% of the U.S. population is vaccinated. The Biden administration says it's still a critical goal for 70% of adults to get at least one shot by July 4th.